Last night, in the basement of New York's only Royals bar, a committee of podcasters, rascals, and straight-up dorks fought and toiled and burned the midnight oil to deliver the best segment in all of sports. Again, it's an honor and a privilege. It's time for Nick's Tears.
Thank you, as always, Kevin Wilds, for their professional and straight-laced introduction. You look wonderful today, by the way. If I hadn't
Always
told you
do.
that already, that's what I figured. All right, here's the deal. We're now into October. You know what October means? Teams start falling off the tiers. They enter the eliminated category. However, the committee is fair. The committee never eliminates anyone without warning. So, bottom row of the tiers, facing elimination. Any of these teams lose this week, they're off the tiers for the year. I know what you're thinking. Why aren't the Titans on that tier? They have a bye this week, so they can't be facing elimination. They'll be on there shortly. Prove you watched here. Quick, right now. Name this team's leading wide receiver, running back, and 2 defensive players. You can't, unless you cover the team, you are from one of these cities, or you have a crippling gambling problem. Nobody's watching. Give me a break. I suppose it's possible. I can't entirely count any of these teams out, but all need to figure out what they're actually going to be good at. New Orleans, early in the year, is like Alvin Kamara is back. We're going to run the hell out of the football. I don't know that that was sustainable. The Falcons have 3 skill position guys drafted in the top 10, paid Kirk Cousins. They don't give the ball to any of them. It's just an Algier every play. It's unbelievable. Kyle Pitts, 0 catches last game. And the Cardinals are supposed to be all offense. They just played the worst defense in football in Washington and scored 14 points. I'm not counting any of you out, but you got to figure out what you're good at and do it. We, meaning the committee, accept your apology. Oh man, the committee took arrows and we saw your tweets. Thurman on the committee can't help himself, always searching the committee's name, seeing what people are saying and telling him not to.
Searching.
Yeah, searching the committee, the trademark, the little emoji. These are flawed, poorly constructed, poorly coached teams that have quarterbacks that for various reasons are thought of in such more high regard in the media than their play demands. And throughout the offseason and early in the year, this is around where the committee had these 2 East Coast biased teams. And now a couple more weeks into the year to where basically everybody has them. Gotta gel quickly. There are things to like about all of these rosters. For the Cowboys, superstars on both sides of the ball, the league's leading receiver last year, quarterback coming off a career year, but they haven't been able to put together. For the Rams and the Chargers, it feels totally injury related, really, for both of them, why they've hit a rough spot. And for the Bears, a defense that has been excellent and a lot of talent on the wide receiver room, but the offense hasn't clicked. All of these teams, to me, are viable, not only playoff teams, but more than that, potentially. But they got to get it together. They've got to actually prove that in the second quarter of the season when they couldn't in the first quarter of the season. Let's talk at 4-1. Washington, you're against Cleveland this week. Tampa, you're at Atlanta tomorrow night. The Giants, the Seattle, you're hosting the Giants, and Pittsburgh, you're hosting the Cowboys. Any of those teams that win those games, and a few of them, you're big favorites, now we're really looking at, man, how could you end up missing the playoffs? Like, how seriously must we take you? I like what all of these first 3 teams, what they've done offensively a ton, and the Steelers, I love what they've done defensively. One more week and we'll start talking about elevating them significantly. Thank God for the committee. Show me any of your facile power rankings that has the courage to have, excuse me, Eric the Red, I'm talking here, that has the courage to have a 4-0 team and a 1-3 team on the same level. However, deep down, all of us know that one of these teams, and it's not the 4-0 team, passes Kevin Wilde's favorite test, the confetti test. All of us deep down know that the other major contenders in this league, if you're told, hey, in 4 months you're going to have to play one of these teams for a chance to go to the Super Bowl, which one they would pick and which one they wouldn't. And we all deep down know that a lot of the Vikings love that you're seeing on all these power rankings in USA Today and other places is because people feel obligated to. And a lot of the Bengals skepticism is because people feel obligated to rather than what you really believe the quality of the rosters are. Not quite right yet. Committee believes these teams can get there. Green Bay's a weird one. 0-2 when Jordan Love plays, 2-0 with Malik Willis, but incredibly well coached, talent, young talent on both sides of the ball. The Niners, injuries have been the real question mark. And then did Brandon Ayuk's missing training camp submarine his whole season or just the first month of it? Houston, I feel, is yet to play a complete good game. And they're 3-1. It's a testament to their talent and CJ and Nico. We think these teams will be better over the course of the year, but they're not quite right yet. Awesome, but the committee couldn't get over the point coach made yesterday, which is, what if that trick play had gone awry? Are the Lions just a hair, just too cute by half? Are the Lions, is Ben Johnson, in his bag or, in LinkedIn making sure those head coaching jobs are there when you can just punch people in the mouth? We love the roster. We like the grit of Dan Campbell. We like the skill position players. We like the emergence of Aiden Hutchinson. There is just a little something off in that trick play. Coach pointed out it was raised some flags. Ready for round 2 in round 2. I think this is going to be your AFC divisional round, and I can't wait to watch it. Should be the 2 seed and the 3 seed playing each other. The Bills will feel like they need to get revenge. The Ravens will try to duplicate exactly what they did. I think they're the second and third best teams in football. And last, at the top, pick your narrative now, America. Is something off with Patrick Mahomes? Is Kelsey washed? Do they have too many injuries? Or are they still the overwhelming favorite 2-time defending champion juggernaut of the league? Because what the committee does not want to hear is in January, oh, well, we all knew this was going to come, if in October everyone's like, what's wrong with the Chiefs? So decide now. Are the Chiefs the best team in football or fatally flawed? Because you can't have it both ways. That is the Week 5 tiers. Coach, your thoughts?
I like the way he brings me into the mix right before we get to me. Kind of take the edge off a little bit.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
So
I don't even know who you're talking about.
I have a problem with where you have the Lions.
Well, I shouldn't have made such a great case last.
No, you made some positive points here, but to me, they should be switched with Buffalo. And last week was a good indication of where these two teams really are. When you look at Buffalo, they go in, they dismantle an excellent Seattle defense, and you saw the potential for where they can be offensively. Jared Goff doesn't have an incompletion, sets an NFL record, so you get a sense of what this team can be, and to me, a good snapshot of how good they truly are. Where Buffalo, it's exactly the same. They go get dismantled by the Ravens, and their wins have come against teams that are combined 2-10. I don't have them going to the playoffs. I didn't have them going to the playoffs.
Wow, still.
And to me, what we saw.
You don't have to blow out the Bills' candle to make the Lions
I'm not
shine
blowing out
brighter.
anybody's candle. I'm just saying that this is what I've said from the beginning. And they started off 3-0, but the teams that they were 3-0 against have a combined 2 wins. So it's a little bit deceiving, and we got a better picture of the struggles that they're going to have throughout the course of the season. And I think on the flip side, you got a better picture of how good Detroit can really be as we move forward.
Listen, the committee had the Lions by themselves in second place in our rough draft Monday night.
Well, maybe you should have listened to them.
Then they heard Coach be like, "Hey, everybody hates the Bills trick play. They love the Lions trick play. They're both just as reckless." And we were like, "You know what?
Committee should stop
He makes some good
drinking.
points. He makes some okay." Brew, go ahead.
The Bills, too high.
Wow.
You see I think I got a bar.
Oh. Okay.
You've got to be joshing, right?
Okay.
Oh, I had a bar too, but I didn't read it.
Yeah.
You must be joshing. I don't understand how the Bills can be on the same tier as a team that just beat them by 25 points.
I think that's a fair case.
Right?
Yes.
And Coach just said they haven't beaten anybody. Their teams have won 2 games total.
2-10.
The one good team they played demolished them. Simple as that. They've got one great player. Maybe if you go Deion Dawkins too, but they got one great player. They're a one-man show, and I think all 6 teams below them should be ahead of the Bills. So those bottom 3 tiers on here
Cincinnati
should be
as
ahead.
well.
No, I didn't. I didn't say. I got Detroit, Green Bay, San Francisco, Houston, Minnesota. Yeah, the five teams.
Okay.
Should be ahead of them.
So
I just think, like I said, they got one great player. They haven't really beaten a good team yet. So I don't know why, they.
Can I ask you a question? Who do you think's better, Tampa or Detroit?
Detroit.
Okay, yeah. Even though Tampa beat them. And
even though beat them by 25.
No, I understand. But the point I'm making there is the head-to-head record in the. So this is tricky for people, and Wilds hates it. But when you are doing a ranking or a tiering of an entire league, there are going to be things that are going to be inherently contradictory. And so, do I think if Buffalo were to play Baltimore again this week, Baltimore would be the favorite? Yes, I do. Do I think Baltimore presents a lot of problems for Buffalo? Yes, I do. Do I think they are of equal caliber versus the league as a whole? Yes, I do. And so that's you follow what I'm saying there, and that's why I brought up Detroit and Tampa. So yeah, Buffalo has more wins. Baltimore won the head-to-head, but I think they are of equal caliber in the league. I think it is crazy how down this show is on the Bills from before the year. Like nobody
but me
had them winning the division. You had a playoff team. That's it. And now.
Well, I thought you made some good points about how things can be contradictory when you look at common opponents. Except if you look at a team that hasn't lost a game yet. What's contradictory about that? Look, go back to the tiers, if you may. The whole tiers, because here's what this tier should be called, with the Packers, the 49ers, and the Texans. Teams that can't beat the Vikings. So I'd like to move the Vikings up probably 1 or 2 spots. Like, why? I don't know. Same reasons I've been saying, so I had to bring out a costume to make it a little bit more interesting. Because every week I'm here and saying the same thing. Guess who's still good all of a sudden? Sam Darnold was good last week again against the Packers in Lambeau. Like, well, I don't know, Lambeau. Such a great frozen tundra. He had no problem. Why is he so good? We know this. I said it last week as well. Justin Jefferson. Every Monday I come in and I tell the producers, hey, can you put the great Justin Jefferson catch in Weird and Wonderful? And they say, which one? Because I don't know, put the touchdown in. That Sam Darnold bounced right off his chest and he caught it when someone's covering him. Unbelievable. And again, the defense, this was a little bit of a twist. Because I'm big on Brian Flores, obviously. First half, crushing. Then took the foot off the gas a little bit, and Jordan Love did kind of come alive. Nevertheless, all the Vikings defensive rankings are still excellent. I know what you're saying. Flash in the pan. Maybe the whole team goes pumpkin. Are they going to get any better? Yeah, we got news today. TJ Hawkinson cleared for practice. Is he going to play? I don't know. But you're facing Aaron Rodgers and the Jets in jolly old London town. You think the Prince has fun over there. Let's see what the Vikings did. I don't even know, to be honest with you, but I assume they had some.
Some wars? Wars with England?
I'm not totally familiar with
Nordic history.
Norse culture.
Yeah, I get that.
I just went to Spirit Halloween.
Yeah, I think that is. I think they did.
Regardless, I think they're going to do fine.
Okay. A few things. First one is this. When you say, I tell you guys every week, do you think it's fair to tell the audience that you became a Vikings guy 2 weeks ago?
Wow. Who had the Vikings going to the Super Bowl? It was just
years ago.
Last year.
Yeah.
Last year I had the Vikings. You guys crushed me.
Yeah.
So I don't get to keep the Vikings. He's burdened with the Clippers for a decade. Because he said it 1 year. He made fun of me for having the Cardinals going to the Super Bowl last segment. I was early on the Vikings.
Yes. And then Brew never abandoned the Clippers. You made your playoff picks this year. You've liked the Vikings for 2 weeks.
JJ McCarthy doesn't throw the ball in Michigan. What do I know? Regardless, I got new information. I'm a Vikings guy. I said it on social media.
Okay.
What are we going to say about the Vikings guy?
Like a Vikings
Does Darnold pass the confetti test?
Not totally, but when I close my eyes, I'm starting to see it.
Okay. All right.
You're making the show ridiculous.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get more from the show and to check out clips from other shows on FS1.